What's up, Capstone family? This is Ed Drummond with Capstone Realty, coming at you on this Friday, the 16th of April. Thanks for watching. Hey, I hope you're going into this weekend with some fun things on your plate. Tomorrow, I'm super excited. If you haven't heard of, there's a charity called Sleep in Heavenly Peace. What they do is they build beds for children that don't have them. So tomorrow, got some friends. We're going down there. We're going to build some beds for the morning. Over at VIP Mortgage. If you're interested, it's in Scottsdale from 7:15 to about noon. It's not going to be a huge event, but if you're interested in coming, let me know. It should be fun, and the weather's going to be perfect. I'm bringing my kids too. They love to wrench. They love to use tools, so it'll be fun. Gives them good experience. But hey, I wanted to connect with you. It was a great week out here. We had a key member of our team back in the office this week, which is amazing. We have gotten some great traction with our partner in the handyman service. Just so you know, again, that person is insured. That person is bonded. They are not licensed. They fall under the handyman exemption. This person is only doing under $400 jobs right now because that's, honestly, our bread and butter, and it's the stuff we get beat up on the most. So you will see some changing in your pricing. You'll see some positive reflections on that end for sure. And then from our end, we're just going to get better service. It's already paying for itself in just how we're going to be able to control that element of it. And we're super excited about it. We had a couple comments from people that experienced this week firsthand. And internally, we were looking at the pricing and we're like, oh my gosh, why it took us so long to figure this out was beyond me. But that'll be helpful so that we can really start taking care of that part of it. Wanted to comment on a couple things. So this week, we keep having this conversation, and I keep having this conversation with people in the industry that are, there are some people who are sitting on the sidelines thinking that this market's going to shift in a way that we're going to maybe see a downturn. I am not of that philosophy. I'm not thinking that that's going to happen. There are so many indicators right now that the market is going to continue to grow and continue to move in the right direction due to a demand that is higher than most and supply that is significantly less. So by the numbers, technically, if you looked at the sales in Phoenix in the last month over a year previous, we were off by 0.5%. So 0.5% less in sales than we had been. What's interesting though is we also had 30%, 29.5% fewer listings on the market. So, I think the demand is so pent up, it's not really showing what can happen because there's just not enough houses. So it's, there's still such a demand out there. Buyers, they don't have a fallback option right now because rents in most situations are just significantly higher than a tenant would expect, even from going year to year and seeing those increases. We've got properties, I think I mentioned before, we've got properties that were renting for $13.50 only 2.5, 3 years ago that are now renting close to $18. I mean, that's a huge increase in that short amount of time. So, I think what's happening right now is Phoenix is growing up. We are becoming, we already are, right? This is amazing economy, amazing place to live, but it's becoming more of a melting pot from people all over the country realizing that Phoenix and the heat isn't worth, arguing about that much anymore. It's not that bad out here, and there's so much to do. And it's arguably it's so beautiful as well that it's a hard place not to consider as one of the top places to be in the country, and that's what the numbers are proving as well. So do I see people are talking about this foreclosure cliff, all this stuff? I do not see that happening out here. I think that as long as the numbers make sense, going into investment properties, getting into an investment. We had one of our agents recently put one of our investors into an investment property, and it was an area that historically we wouldn't have looked at as much, but the numbers right now were just amazing. And she's getting these people a 6-7% return on their investment just going into it. And if the numbers make sense going in, it's hard to argue that. right? I think I often comment on the mistakes I made with my first investment property, and how emotional I was in that decision. And now if you just look at the numbers for what it should do, and the numbers that are provided at the beginning, it's like, in this market it can only go up. So I think that's kind of where we're at with rents as strong as they are. It's a great place to be. For those of you that own real estate watching this, like, you're in a great situation right now, just watching this market just continue to creep up. If you have questions about how you should structure that, if you have questions about what that looks like for you in the future, please call. Like, I love those calls. I love having those types of kind of goal setting conversations. I end up learning a lot out of them. Vice versa as well. A lot of times, like, I can provide information that maybe other people in the industry are doing, or that we're doing, or what we're seeing, and it can often shed some light on what should the future be of you holding this property versus selling it now, and what maybe a longer term hold than what you were expecting might look like. We've got some friends in the industry right now who they love the model where they're in their income earning years, so they're not at all looking to these properties that they're purchasing for cash flow. They're looking to them more for just paying them off as fast as they can. So in 15 years, they've got all these assets that are unencumbered, and they have more flexibility that way. And then there's other people with the other way of thinking, like myself. I love the 30-year fixes. I love leveraging properties as much as we can when the rates are low and buying more with it, right? And so I think there's a lot of different methodologies. There's a lot of ways to make it work. So if you're interested in talking more through something that you're not as familiar with, or as versed, or you'd like to share in how you're doing it, I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching. Please let us know how else we can be of assistance to you. I look forward to getting your feedback in the next few months as we really start transitioning. Our team is really processing things out right now. Should make things a lot more just seamless, and with that comes some pain. So if that does arise, please let us know. But we'll let you know behind the scenes that we're making those corrections, and would love to hear your feedback. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.